Hello everyone, this is Jennifer. So in this video we're going to do the last fifth chapter in Principles of Event Management, which is planning for corporate events. So first of all, what is a corporate event? Corporate event can be defined as different people coming together to meet the objective. So mainly they will have some theme or something like that. So in order to meet the objective, different people come up together and discuss about it and come up with a solution for it. So it can also be known as an event which is conducted by the company for their employees, clients or business partners, which will be funded by the company itself or sponsored by other companies. So corporate event can happen within the company or outside, so it can be an in-house or external venue. So different kinds of corporate event examples could be conferences, seminars, team building sessions, etc. So what is the purpose of corporate events? Conducting corporate events. So the purpose of conducting corporate events can be of two kinds. One is the official purpose and the second one is the general purpose. So official purposes are conducted for meetings with specific objectives and participants are part of the company itself. So the official purposes event includes like conferences, training program for employees, seminars, business meetings, launching of new products by the company, introducing new strategies and techniques by the company, placing a new manager for a team, etc. And what are the general purposes? General purposes of corporate event is conducted for meeting specific objective with entertainment purposes, like the annual day conducted by every company, which basically is conducted to award or reward their employees for their outstanding performances, and various other purposes which are general in nature, which basically includes the entertainment activities in it. So these are the two purposes of conducting the corporate events. So planning of corporate events. Planning of corporate event is basically the process of planning a general body meeting like the monthly sales meeting or the target achievement meeting or a normal seminars or the conferences or workshops which are conducted within the organization for the employees as per the requirement or objective of the event. So in real world, corporate events are very creative, which are strategically planned and very beautifully executed or put up in action. So when planning out corporate events, every minute details needs to be considered so that the ambience of the event comes up very beautifully. And there are different kinds of possible corporate events. They are as follows. The first one is conferences. So what do you mean by conferences? So it is nothing but it is a large gathering of individual or members of one organization or several organizations who are called up together for discussing matters of common interest. So that is known as conferences. So this basically conferences gives everyone an opportunity to learn new information and put them into practices with their colleagues. So for example, a group of researchers who come together to discuss about the scientific results of scientific results, or it can also be group of salesperson who are coming together who are coming up with new technological product who are introducing it to the entire world. So conferences can be held up in order to discuss different matters which comes up with common interest. The second one is seminars. So as we all know, seminar is a formal presentation which will be discussed by one or two experts, in which there are lots of attendees who are encouraged to discuss the subject matters. Seminar includes a group of participants. As the size of the audience is very limited, more constructive discussions takes place in seminars. Third is meetings. Meetings are basically a planned occasion wherein people come together to discuss about certain important issues. So it can be oral presentation, audio visuals, video conferences, group discussion, etc. Basically to discuss and plan for business strategies. The next one is team building strategies. Team building events are those which are conducted to motivate the employees to work better as a team. So just not working as an individual is good, but working as a team makes them a good performer and brings out the best results when you work as a team. So that togetherness is taught in a team building events. So basically over a period of time, corporates have realized that such events will help the companies in increasing the productivity, mutual trust, building morale, and building strong relationship when you work as a team in order to achieve the common goal of the organization. Next is trade shows. Trade shows basically like an exhibition organized by a company in a specific industry to showcase or demonstrate their latest product, services, study activities, and examine the recent market trends and opportunities which they can demonstrate their latest products or services. Next is business dinners. As we all know, it is a traditional way to conclude a best year or celebrate a milestone or introduce a new management, etc. A successful business dinner basically resembles a company's achievement, recognizes successful employees or entertain the guest. This basically integrate entertainment with professionalism. So it is basically branch of mix of professionalism and entertainment. Next is press conferences. So press meeting is an interview given up to journalists or media persons by a prominent person in order to make an announcement or answer the question related to the companies. Next is networking events. For aspiring business persons seeking some social capital, a networking conference is basically an ideal place for it. Networking events basically provide opportunities for establishing themselves for future mergers or marketing, etc. So success of networking event is dependent on the number of participants. Basically, in order to attract more number of participants, such activates are usually conducted around weekends so that many participants come into the picture. So it is basically networking, getting connected with. So the next one is incentive travel. Incentive travel is an event category that targets both customers and key employees of the organization. So it is basically a travel kind of packages which are given to motivate employees, reward employees for their contribution, or build customer loyalty and customer retention. This basically facilitates to the best performing employees, loyal customers, key personals, and the best customers. Next, we have the opening ceremonies. Opening ceremonies are celebrated in order to rejoice the opening of a new branch or new office of the organization. So invitees from different walks of life are invited to witness the event. Product launch. Product launch is nothing but launching a new product. So that is what it deals with. It is done to give the public and media a chance to hear everything about the product before any negative reviews are given. So it basically giving an awareness about the new product. Next is theme parties. Theme parties are organized to break the monotony and to rejoice for few hours. So theme parties are basically wherein the participants are expected to dress according to the theme. For example, if there is a theme telling that you're supposed to dress in 80s and 90s, so everybody will be dressed up in 80s and 90s. So the beauty of this event is basically music and decoration and entertainment purposes. Next is VIP events. So the VIP events refers to VIP event is nothing but basically sometimes company may consider the top customer as its VIP, or a non-profit organization may consider it as its top donor as VIPs, and basically celebrate keeping an occasions, so which may entertain them or which may proceed according to their interest. So next is shareholders meetings. So as the name itself suggests, it's a meeting of the shareholders. So holding annual shareholders meeting as its custom, holding annual shareholder meeting is very very customary in India, because every year you have a shareholders meeting in order to tell how the company is performing throughout the year. So it is more with these public limited companies. So in this meeting, basically there are certain things which are discussed very very importantly about the declaration of dividend, basically distribution of the profit and to dividends, appointment of directors in place of those who are retiring, appointment and fixation of the remuneration of statutory auditors for auditing the books of accounts, consideration of annual accounts, directors report and auditors report, which are supposed to be prepared accordingly. So the board of directors makes many of these decisions of the corporations. The annual meeting is a chance for all the shareholders to review the annual reports, how successful the company is going on, how profitable the company is going on. This includes information about the fiscal well-being of the company. The last one is executive retreats. So executive retreats is it is award ceremonies. So award ceremonies are basically, the name itself suggests, basically distributing awards for contribution of the people. So there are companies who appreciate contribution of the people for the society. To honor such achievers and contributors, companies may hold award ceremonies wherein the company will select a person who is appropriate for the ceremony, and basically awarding. For such award ceremonies, selection of guests will be very very important, and giving the awards for the best employees, different kinds of best performance, etc. Next is incentive events. Employees of an organization are basically the real assets of a company. So appreciating the contribution of employees will be rewarded by the company to boost their morale and to motivate them to work positively towards the organizational goals. So basically giving them an incentive kind. So such events should be held in company to increase the sales margin when the employees are motivated, increase customer loyalty, and bring into new products and services into the market. So the next is board meetings. Board meeting is another important meeting in a corporate world, wherein different strategic issues and company issues are discussed. The strategy will be aligned with corporate strategies, and the venue will be reflecting the prestigious nature of the company. So basically board meeting consists of all the important directors of the company and executives and important shareholders of the companies into the meeting. So the last one is executive retreats. Business executives are very very busy people in the world. Every day they'll be bogged down by routine work of dealing with numbers. So basically this retreat basically creates a break from the monotonous or continuous or busy schedules, and giving them a place of fun, brainstorming and relaxations. So moving on to the next topic, which is the job responsibility of corporate events organizers. So the job responsibility of corporate event organizers. So every corporate event organizers are the people who basically plan and organize events of various kinds, right from industry exhibitions to conferences to seminars to product launches to career fairs to film festivals, fashion shows, or charity fundraising events, etc. So the responsibility of corporate event organizers differs from companies to companies depending on the nature of the event which is expected by those companies. So the responsibility of corporate event organizers are as follows. The first is market research. The first responsibility of research or corporate event organizers are research. So basically to conduct market research to identify opportunities for various events, and also to analyze the requirements of the events and the client's decisions. So this basically helps the company to know the size of the market and the existing competition for various events. Second is analyzing event requirement. Based on the market research, the organizers will come to know their potential clients. Based on the brainstorming sessions with the various team members, company will decide upon the potential capabilities to handle a given event. Based on the capabilities, they will identify the potential clients, and most of the times clients may directly approach the company for these services. In both the situations, the company should analyze the client's requirement. If the company is seeking help and relatively new in the market, they may seek assistance of the company in deciding upon the various requirements of the event proposed by them. The third is producing detailed proposals for event. While discussing with the client, the company, the event management company, should be very clear in terms of timelines, venues, suppliers, legal obligations, staffing, budgeting, etc. Based on this, the proposal will be given up by the event management company to the clients. So just because the company has a name in the market, they cannot charge exorbitant fee for the client. The charges will match up with the quality of services provided by the event management company. Next is budget preparation. So basically preparing a budget is a major issue in every event management companies. So while preparing a budget for an event, there are various things that will be considered. So like the rental cost of the location or the venue, the catering cost or the food cost, the transportation charges, decoration expenses, entertainment and equipment fees, printing and promotion charges, cost of gifts and presents, cost of various activities conducted for the participant, estimate of miscellaneous expenses, contingent expenses. Based on this, they will come up with the budget. So in order to come up with the budget, they come up with realistic estimations regarding the entry of the participant, and the possible expenses for the proposed events will be clearly done in hand or before the event happens. So every event is a project for them, so it will be approximately decided on the different kinds of expenses and the different revenues that will be gained from the events. So the next one is securing and booking a suitable venue or location. So selecting a suitable venue for depending on the nature of the event. So while you're selecting a venue, so basically there are 6 steps. The first step is analyze the event's need for the venue. Second is investigate the possible venues for the event, different possible venues. So depending on your requirement, you make site visit to possible venues, then you site visit them. Then the step 4 is agree on prices and terms. So you basically negotiate with the prices. So whether if you're comfortable as an event management company, then you will agree for it. Step 5 is making a booking and confirming the venue, and 6th is making further site visits and organizing the event in particular location. So the next job responsibility is safety and health obligation. Safety and health issues are very equally important in every event. The organizer should take care of the health, security and safety of all the participants. The next is venue management. Participants basically enjoy experience by attending the venue. So hence the hospitality which is given to the participants needs to be very good. So they should have good food arrangements, comfortable seating arrangement, efficient audio and visual effects, etc. The next is organizing facilities. Apart from event venue, the organizer should also take care of the other facilities like car parking, traffic control, security, hospitality, first aid, media persons, etc. should be taken care respectively, and they need to be organized in a very most efficient manner. The next is identifying and securing speakers. So you identify the best speakers so that they can entertain the entire audiences, and the audience get engaged and entertained till the entire event, so that they will not lack the interest of the audience, and every person or the speaker should have the ability to attract the presence of mind, have a sense of humor and capacity to attract the interest of the audiences. The next is planning for layouts. Every organizer should create appealing ambiences to the customers. Layout like room layout, entertainment layout, layout for activities, everything needs to be discussed, and during the commencement of the event everything needs to be arranged and facilitated accordingly. Next is coordinating. Each activity in an event is very special. It requires specific knowledge and desired level of commencement. So coordinating every organizers, every staffs in order to come up with a successful event when you're executing it. So they should also communicate the importance of involvement and internalizing their respective activities so that the objectives and the outcomes of each event comes up successfully. So next is selling sponsorship. So while conducting an event it is obviously very costly affair. So it requires huge amount of money. In order to support the event, your organizers may also need the help of these sponsors. So basically the venue selected should have allotted space for sponsors who are sponsoring. So the venue should facilitate for display stand, exhibition space to potential exhibitors, etc. to display their sponsor deals or to display or promote their activities. So sponsors also will be part of the event only if the organizers are capable of convincing the sponsors about the benefit that they may be derived from the purpose of the event. The next is prepare delicate packs and papers. Event organizers should prepare resources kit for the participants. The kit may include writing pad, pencil, eraser, sharpener, white sheets, event schedule, brochures, or any other material which speaks about the company or any other materials required for the conduct of the event. Next is promotion of the event. Unless the event is properly promoted, company may not get desired number of participants. Hence the event needs to be properly promoted either through social media or other kinds of medias. So internet technology can also be used in order to promote the event in a very grand way. The next is printing task. Company should concentrate on wide publicity for the event. So they should require brand creation for the event, printing of various promotion literatures, having a creative captions, appealing colors, convincing information, very crispy and attractive and fascinating prints so that easily the participants will come up in order to participate in the event. Next is coordinating the events. On the day of the event, the organizer should monitor all the activities with great vigilance. Organizers should handle the queries of the audience more effectively. The next is feedback. Every organizer should devise a mechanism to get back the feedback from the participants so that if there is a deviations between your planned event and your executed event, so that it can be corrected in the later task or in the later events. Next is clearing the venue. So after the event is completed, the event organizer should ensure that the venue is neatly cleaned and cleared. Next is post-event evaluation. So after completing every event, it is very advisable for the organizers to evaluate the whole event whether it is done according to the predetermined expected outcomes. So the last is nothing but preparation of reports. So every organization should prepare a report about the entire proceeding of the event so that it will act as future reference materials. So the next topic is arrangements. So arrangements. So completion of an event with an amazing factor involves arrangement of various facilities and activities with superior quality. Only then the event can come up very successfully. So what all one needs to arrange in an event before the event is going to happen? So you're supposed to arrange a keynote speakers if it's a seminar or conferences. You're supposed to arrange a stage for it. Logistic arrangement, the transportation facility is a stage arrangement. the arrangement of games and competitions that's going to be held up, the arrangement of round tables if there are any meetings going to happen, the arrangement of product demonstration if it's a new product or services coming up into the picture, and product display, arrangement of workshops or seminars, arrangement of dining tables, drinks and serving counters, arrangement of change rooms, help desk if there are any help that is required, the basic healthcare facility provided, arrangement of feedbacks from the participants. So the once the participants finishes up the event, so that you can get back the feedbacks as early as possible, arrangement of activity sequence, so which will come up first, which will come up second, arrangement of its sequence, arrangement for display of company related information in the form of brochure, the parking arrangement, the flower arrangements, the telephone arrangements, internet facilities provided for participants or during the time of activities, the seating arrangement for the participants and chief guest, arrangement for material required for the conferences or seminars or meetings, arrangement of proper program schedule, arrangement of gifts for participants, arrangement for invitees, security and safety arrangement, and various other arrangement needs to be taken care before executing the entire event or during the point of executing the event planning. So the next is budgeting. So what do you mean by budget? Budget is basically an estimation of income and expenditure, so based on the number of participants or activities planned for the event by the event management company. So basically the components of every budget would include, first is travel and accommodation, the travel and accommodation expenses of resource persons or the travel and accommodation expenses of various other participants, etc. Second is trophies and awards. So the budget will also include the cost of trophies or awards for the participant. So depending on the number of competition or number of prizes decided for each competition, cost will be decided. And also special presents and gift to all participant, guests and speakers. The third is postage and telephone. So events usually require considerable communication with participants in the event management team. So therefore budget preparation team cannot forget to include this major expenditure item in the budget. So basically communicating about the event to different participants, so you need postage and telegram services. So right now it is being converted into more technological oriented, but the most official way is sending out through postage or calling up and telling them. So next is stationery and photocopying. So stationery provided for the participants like a pen, pencil and other things, and photocopies of each material will also require some cost. That cost is also included in part of your budget. Next is medical fees. So there may be also some medical emergency during the event, so at least a person with first aid training needs to be hired for the event, and some committee needs to appoint some full-time doctors for the event. So such facilities also require some amount of cost, so such items will also find a place in the final budget preparation. Next is venue hire. So while hiring your venue, the facilities required for the venue should also be specified. So major part of the collection will be spent on the venue or the location. So next is venue or location rentals. Next is printing. So the promotion of big events consumes a lot of money to print posters, fillers, banners, invitations, brochures and so on. So considerable money will be saved for printing these event literatures. Next is event literatures. So next is equipment hire. So venue selected for the event may not have all the desired equipments, so like your power packs, power backups, music systems, air conditioning, coolers, etc. So this needs to be hired. So cost is also involving in hiring such items which are required in order to make the event much more decorative or much more as per the client's decisions or as per the client's suggestions. So we need to hire such items. So this also may take a place in the budget prepared by the budgeting committee or the event management committee. Next is catering expenses. Major portion of event revenue collection will go into the heading based on the fees collected. The company should prepare food menu for the event. So based on the fees collected, the company will prepare a food menu for the event. The organizers will decide upon the quality, quantity and the number of times the food items will be served to the participant. So event equipment venue hire will form a major part of the budgeting. So these are the various expenses which will form a part of the budgeting. So next is safety of guests and participants. So one of the important priorities that needs to be given in an event is the safety and security of the guest or people attending the event. So proper security measures needs to be taken place in order to control crowds, protect high profile attendees, protect guests and their belongings and also protect the venue. So extra attention needs to be placed on security, especially if the event is very high profile or celebrities attending the event. So the different kinds of securities which are given are as follows. The first is entry level control. So certain events have very large crowd of people. So controlling the crowd and making security checks before they enter the venue. So this is nothing but a entry level control. Second is medical. So a lot of medical emergencies may arise anytime during the part of the event. So there need to be general preparation for medical casualty that may arise at the event. Event site should always have a doctor for medical emergencies. So next is fire. So the event organizers will make arrangements for prevention of fire by fireproofing the event, and also precautions against prevention of accidents should also be made in order to safeguard the lives of different staffs as well as the visitors or the participants. Next is alcohol and beverages. So keeping a track on alcohol consumption is very essential, as the people sometimes tend to consume in excess and cause inconvenience by their atrocious behavior. So at that time the guests needs to be served at events with a lot of safety and with a minimum level, so that it will not result in any verbal abuse or unacceptable behavior and gestures. Next is equipment failures. So water parks, amusement parks and theme parks designed for entertainment could cause certain setbacks. So equipment failure would prove dangerous and the people at the site may put a heavy price due to equipment failure. So similarly, the light systems, music systems and bulbs, lamps, speakers and microphones should be procured with great care so that the event is conducted very smoothly. Next is threat of mobile attacks. Even though most actual attacks are not preceded by warnings, when it comes to receiving stated threats, should always take them seriously. So other time protesters may protest against the event being hosted, so making adequate security arrangements to people from danger and attacks should be made. So this is nothing but threat from mob attacks. So next is natural disasters. Despite of all planning, natural disasters very unexpected thing that can happen. So accordingly, in order to protect the entire audience at the first sight of trouble, natural disasters also needs to be considered and safety measures needs to be arranged properly. So blueprint. So what do you mean by basically a blueprint of the event? So blueprint is a visual display of the complete process of the event. So basically, as the name itself suggests, it is basically telling about the plan for building up the print of which is going to be executed in future. That is nothing but the blueprint of an event. So the basic steps in creating action plan are as follows. The first one is state the event, identify what is the requirement and the budget of the event, Second is set goals related to the event. What needs to be conducted? What is the objective of conducting the event? Third is set specific measurable objectives to attain the goals. So which can be measured up in quantitative terms, and which needs to be very, very specific and understanding to every employee or every team member. Fourth is basically channelize your activities related to the event and collect data on measurable indicators of progress. Fifth is select the activity that will work, that the public will support, and that can be implemented within a short span of time with reasonable resources. Sixth is establish specific action goals needed to abate and control the uncertainty and protect the resources. Seventh is implement and monitor the results, and so that you will get to know your actual performance with the standard performance. Eighth is prepare a report on progress. So basically documenting your event sequence. So the next topic is need for entertainment in corporate events. So basically corporate executives are always busy with numbers and business decision making. The same task is done repetitively without break, which will cause monotony. Therefore entertainment is very, very essential for every organization, so that they will get a time to divert themselves from the normal routine work and have a leisure time. So entertainment usually is very, very important to have for a company to provide to its employee pleasure, fun, enjoyment and laughter, so that when they come back to work they will have much more energy and they will be much more motivated to work back even more effectively. So the entertainment activities help employees to relax and rejuvenate their energy. Entertainment helps people to experience a new world altogether. They feel very, very fresh and ready to take up new challenges and become more productive. So the last but not the least, the reporting of corporate events. So after completing every event, the event organizers are expected to prepare a detailed report of the entire proceedings of the event. More emphasis should be given to the number and nature of the participant, the position held by speakers, their credentials, various activities conducted in the event, opinion of the speakers, guests, VIPs and the audiences. The report should also mention the major discussion and resolutions of the meetings. The reports will act as a guiding material for the future events. The report should also be prepared and should be supplied to different media for publication and for further references. This will go a long way in building public relation and customer loyalty, and this will act as a success of what has happened in your events. Thank you so much.